You read the Michael Gove interview
Yeah.
with Donald Trump, in which he said NATO was obsolete, and he'd certainly look at getting rid of the alliance. Can we come to the NATO point? China as well, if you want.
Yeah.
But is it a more dangerous place?
Well, my immediate reaction to what Lionel said is actually one of the reasons Trump's got elected is precisely because he will stand up to China and he will say, I don't agree with you. And he's going to reinforce American power, which is why a lot of Americans like him and voted for him. In relation to NATO, he said that the structure of NATO is obsolete. Well, why did Donald Trump say that? Well, because as President of the United States, as from tomorrow, he looked at the maths. 72% of all the spending of NATO is consumed by the Americans. Of the other 27 members of NATO, only 4 countries pay their 2% of GDP towards NATO. 4. We're one of them. But that means that 23 other countries do not pay what they should pay. And Donald Trump's a business guy. And he's looked back and gone, hang on, why are we doing all the work? Why are we paying all the money? Where's the contribution from all these people who, the moment they have any trouble, they come to the Americans and ask us to help? So he's looking at it as an obsolete structure that needs to be dragged kicking and screaming into a better deal for America.
And Catherine's question about whether it's more dangerous. A more dangerous place?
I don't think so. Again, I would come back to what is Trump at his heart. You know, I've known him a long time, 10 years, and I keep being told I have to call him a monster every 5 minutes because that's what the lemmings of the world have all agreed. He's a monster. He's not a monster. He's not an angel. He's not a monster. He's a very smart business guy who has consistently proven people wrong, both at the early stage of his campaign, then he won the nomination when no one said he could, then he beat Hillary Clinton. I think we underestimate him at our peril. I think he will not look at warfare as a good deal. I think he will look upon it as a massive drain on America's resources. And Trump knows that all he has to do to go down as a great, successful president and very popular, if he pulls it off, is get American jobs back to Americans from outside America, from the outsourcing that has wrecked the Rust Belt states of America. He's got to keep America safe. He's got to tighten up immigration and deliver on the things that were the core messages that propelled him to the White House. If he can do that, and I don't think he's going to be declaring war in the way that Hillary Clinton might have done, because she was one of the great hawks of modern times in America. So I say to people about Trump this: give him a chance. You know, you don't have to like him. You can be offended by some of the things he says. He shoots from the hip. He says what he's thinking. Sometimes he goes over the top. But give the guy a chance and judge him on his actions, and you might be pleasantly surprised.